Tuesday, FBI Director Chris Wray detailed the growing threat of white supremacy in America.
Racially motivated violent extremism, specifically of the sort that advocates for the superiority of the white race, is a persistent, evolving threat.
He said in 2020, the FBI arrested 3 times the number of white supremacists it did in 2017. The Southern Poverty Law Center says there are 67 hate groups active in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Roughly half have white supremacist roots. But there's more than race-based violent extremism when it comes to domestic terror.
I think the biggest takeaway of the report is that it really is the variety of the backgrounds of individuals that we saw.
Andrew Mines, a research fellow at GW's Program on Extremism, co-authored this new report analyzing the backgrounds of 257 people charged in connection to the insurrection. It shows extremist ideology can come from anywhere. The insurrectionists had a wide array of ages and origins. They also displayed different structures of organized extremism at the Capitol.
Within that group, there's been various levels of planning and involvement in the siege that we've seen in available documents so far.
There were members of militant networks, small organized clusters, and inspired believers all present. The report says such groups usually don't cooperate with one another. The fact they did January 6th is concerning.
We can certainly expect both groups and group activity, but also individuals and the movements more broadly that comprise those two to grow.
John Henry, WUSA 9.